There we are. Yeah. Yeah. I was hoping to find my Team Instinct hat, but I'm coming up short. My picture, Team Instinct hat, but I'm coming up short. Really? Not even if I were to hit this button here that has a camera on it? Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, if you can't, you can't. No big deal. Okay. Now, will I be able to see the video by Discord, or am I literally flying blind? Yeah, it's true. I remember the video pretty much. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, so you're not doing a reaction video like, hey, here's the video. You're doing more like response to the video thing. Oh, okay. Sounds good to me. All right.
Hey, what is going on, guys? Krow Murder 15 here with a YouTube live video, live streaming. This was kind of a spur of the moment thing. So I'm I knew this was coming, but literally Nintendo kind of caught me with my pants down, so to speak. And I don't normally do these kind of videos. So here we are. We are doing a Pokemon Sword and Shield discussion on the Nintendo Direct that literally just happened. And with me today via Discord is my good friend, and I like to consider one of my friends that's a bit of a Pokemon expert, DXKramer.
Hello, hello.
So, first off, it's a miserable day out right now. I'm not even kidding. Like, if you guys can see behind me, like, it is just downpouring rain.
It's not that great here either.
Well, I was going to say, you and Ryoko always say, like, Ohio weather, prepare for literally anything.
Mm-hmm.
Also, guys, for those that are watching, just to let you know, I do have the live chat up, so if you guys have any questions regarding the Direct or any questions just in general about the channel or anything, feel free to post them in the live chat over on the side there, and we will get to them as soon as possible because there is like a 10 to 15 second delay. But I will say, for the most part, let's keep it Pokemon related, but if there's any like random questions about Game Bros or anything in general like that, feel free to bring them up. So, Paul, I want to get your initial reaction overall on the Direct.
Not gonna lie, I was starting to freak out when I saw that
I will say, for the most part,
when I saw the giant freaking, what was it, Gyarados.
Mm-hmm. Like that.
And I remember my reaction to you being, oh my god, you can catch totem Pokemon.
Your initial reaction.
Well, it doesn't even sound like they're doing totem anymore because of the region. I mean, because that was technically like a Sun and Moon thing.
Yeah, but when you don't know the name of something, you just sort of go with what you know.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, it does relate with totem because it does have like the same growth. So maybe they drew inspiration from that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also have like a big, legit, no joke, I have a huge list of notes from the direct right here, talking about different stuff. So let's go ahead and let's get right into the Dynamax stuff since we're already chatting about it.
Yeah. The Dynamax.
Dynamax, the name's a little weird. I'm not kidding. It sounds like a Pokemon medicine. Like, got a headache? Get Dynamax.
It does, actually. The new name for a full heal.
Yeah, there we go. Full restore, just use a Dynamax. I like the concept. It's different, and it's just different enough for me to get my interest.
Same here. My thing is, and I told you this already, as long as you just have Dynamax in this game and not also try to include Mega Evolutions and Z moves, it should make things kind of fair battle-wise.
Yeah, because they really didn't mention anything about Z moves or Mega Evolutions in this, did they?
No, but to be fair, did they really mention Mega Evolutions in Sun and Moon until... Well, did they really mention Mega Evolutions about Sun and Moon in any directs until we actually got the games?
Kind of, because you could see gameplay of the Mega Evolutions, even though they didn't really mention it. So it was more implied rather than them just going, hey, Mega Evolutions are back.
Yeah, true.
So the other big thing, and trust me, I've got notes here, and it's going to be kind of scattered brain here and there, so we'll kind of try to touch on everything. The other big thing with Dynamax battles that was brought up during the Direct is the raid battles. So it's looking like this, along with a few other things that we'll touch upon a little bit later in the live stream. It's looking like Game Freak is really taking a lot of direction from Pokemon Go and Let's Go. And raid battles is definitely one of those things that they're taking from Go because, okay, for those unfamiliar with Pokemon Go, the cell phone game, at certain gyms, you can do raid battles to battle against really powerful Pokemon and have a chance to catch them. They do this with a lot of legendary Pokemon, such as Mewtwo. I think Rayquaza was one of them at one point.
They've done it with a lot of the legendaries. I think most of Gens 1 through 4 have been covered. They also do a lot.
Have they done Gen 4 yet?
Cresselia they've done. Okay. I think they've done Dialga and Palkia.
Those are fine. Just when Darkrai becomes available, that's when I'll go do a raid.
But I know like Alolan Marowak and Alolan Raichu were raid Pokemon.
Yeah, in all honesty, like kind of steering, kind of breaking off just a little bit. Like Alolan Marowak is probably my favorite Alolan form Pokemon. It looks really
same
cool.
Here.
Okay, so along with the Dynamax raid battle, so what this is you and 3 other players, whether it is local wireless or online, they did confirm this, battle against a Dynamax Pokemon. Now, okay, so we've been saying this term, and I don't think we've even discussed what the crap a Dynamax Pokemon is. Literally, it is a Pokemon that Rita Repulsa threw her wand at and said, make my Pokemon grow.
Yup. And to go along with it, you get like Max Lightning, Max Guard. All of the moves become like super like powerful too.
Yeah. Also for now, your Pokemon can do this too. I don't know how they're going to do that yet. They didn't really discuss the mechanic of it, but your Pokemon will be able to do it too.
It looks like there's a key item because the trainer had something on their wrist that like sparkled for a second, and then the Pokemon turned into Godzilla.
So essentially, it's going to be kind of like the Mega Stone bracelet, that kind of bullshit. So, okay.
Yeah.
Now, with you doing Dynamax Pokemon, from what I understand, it's similar to how Mega Evolutions were, but it's kind of toned down just a little bit. You can only do it once per battle. Only one of your Pokemon can do it, and the Dynamax form only lasts for 3 turns. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but at the same time, since the Pokemon's moves increase along with the Dynamax transformation, I can kind of see they're trying to balance it out.
Yeah.
Hence why you have to have 4 players go against a raid.
Yeah. I'm kind of hoping that there's a way where you can like fight a Dynamax Pokemon by yourself, because I don't know about you, but
Randos.
I'm gonna have one hell of a hard time finding like 3 friends that actually have the game locally to be able to do this.
Well, that's another thing, because they never specifically said they have to be on your friends list in order to do the raid. So I'm curious if you can get randos to join in with you, which is going to be a whole other can of worms if that's the case.
Well, if nothing else, too, they may not necessarily have to be on my friends list. But if, like, say, you and I did one, and you decided you wanted to invite Ray and Ryoko, assuming they both got the Pokemon games, maybe then we could do it like that. But oh no, this is another way for them to really get people to get the Nintendo Switch app.
Yeah, because
oh my god,
there's got to be, well, yeah, because okay, here's the thing. Yeah, we're changing direction a little bit away from the Pokemon Direct, but this kind of needs brought up. They are pushing the Nintendo Switch app so freaking hard about voice communication that one of 2 things can derail this badly. One, we've got Discord.
Yeah.
Discord is
You
like...
have your own Discord.
Exactly. It's like Discord is literally the best thing you can use for game communication if the system itself does not have group chat, which literally the only one that doesn't is the Nintendo Switch, which is the other way they could fix it, include voice chat on the Switch.
Right?
I mean, for God's sakes, Xbox does it, PS4 does it. I mean, how do you think DXKramer does his live streams? So,
right? Well, the freaking Wii had it if you were playing Uno.
Right, I forgot about that. I completely forgot, no joke. But, okay, so getting back on topic, it's looking really cool. I'm really enjoying it, the way it looks so far. But let's, I was gonna say, that's about it for Dynamax that I could see. So, the other thing, or a few other things that they showed, one is, let's see. Oh, new Pokemon. There were technically technically 7 Pokemon introduced in this Direct.
Yep.
And we'll go through the list. We'll discuss them here. We'll discuss a little bit about them. The first one is Wooloo, the sheep Pokemon.
I love it so much. I want a stuffed animal
It's
of it.
cute. Its design is kind of cool, but literally, I feel like this is what would have been your HM slave, if HMs are going to make a return in this game, which I highly doubt, because they didn't discuss that.
Or even worse, the Rattata of the game.
I mean, that's literally what it's probably going to be, is like the Rattata or the or the Bidoof. I mean, nothing could be as bad as. I mean, don't get me wrong, nothing can be bad as Bidoof, but still. I don't care what all you god tier. I don't care what you god tier trainers say. Bidoof is garbage.
Bidoof makes a good HM slave. He can learn almost everything.
I mean, yeah, but that's literally its only purpose. So I feel like if they did HMs in Sword and Shield, this would be the Pokemon that would be your HM slave. Not to mention, and I hate saying this, we kind of already have a superior sheep Pokemon in Gen 2. It's called Mareep.
Yeah, especially since you get Mega Fabulous when he Mega Evolves.
That is one of the greatest Mega Evolution designs ever. I don't care what anybody says. Maybe Ampharos is born with it. Maybe it's Pokaleen. God, I'm here all day, folks. So. Okay, so the other... So the next one is Gossifleur, which is the new plant Pokemon. I really like this one's design.
I do too. It's got a very kind of like a Flabébé mixed with
It almost looks like it would have belonged in Pokemon Sun and Moon, honestly, because it looks like a tropical Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
And then it decides to throw all that out and evolve into Eldegoss, another puff Pokemon.
With a fro this time.
It's like I know that we're into 8 generations of Pokemon, and that's that's honestly astonishing. It's mind-blowing to think about. But it's like you can tell when Game Freak starts recycling ideas, and this is one of them.
And of all the things to recycle, Jumpluff?
Yeah, literally. Who used Jumpluff in Gen 2? Like, no one.
I actually know someone who had a really good Jumpluff set.
You want a good plant Pokemon in Gen 2? Blossom. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I personally was not impressed, but maybe there will be a third evolution to make things more interesting, but I did not like the puff. I just wasn't a fan of it. Next, I'm going to save my favorite one for last, and Kramer already knows what it is. The next one is Drudnaw. Now, Drudnaw is badass looking.
He is.
It is literally a mechanical snapping turtle.
I know I probably shouldn't assume typing right now, but I could actually see him being like metal dark or metal fighting.
I honestly see this thing as a water steel type.
Ooh, yeah.
I could see, well, where it's a turtle, that's the only assumption that I have, but I also could see dark steel as well, because it does have that nasty look to it. Like Croconaw, for example.
Yeah.
Not screw it. I'll go ahead and discuss this one because I want to save the legendaries for last. Corviknight. Oh my god, I have a new spirit Pokemon. I saw this.
Hands if you saw that coming.
I saw that. Well, no, it's really funny. My buddy Turner and even Ryoko messaged me and said, "Dude, you have a new Pokemon." Like, it was just holy shit. This thing looks awesome. I don't even care if it has an evolution. You know what? Honestly, I don't want this thing to have an evolution. I want this to be its only form. It just looks amazing.
Maybe it could be the final evolution.
Who knows? Yeah, because they do tease that sometimes. But, from what they discussed in the Direct, it's kind of like a taxi Pokemon that actually takes you from town to town to town. So I'm almost kind of curious if this is going to be the new travel system or fast travel system, which honestly, that's fine. As long as I can catch one of these things, I'm cool with it.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Speaking of that, when he said that when they said that was going to be like your fast travel system too, it kind of gives me the idea that maybe, if not all the HMs are gone, at least Fly is gone.
I think that if they go that direction, then they're probably going to get rid of all the HMs, because didn't they do that in Sun and Moon too, as well?
Gen 6 was the first one to not have HMs.
Okay, so they're probably not going to bring those back. I highly doubt that, because that would be kind of a weird move for Game Freak to make.
Yeah. They only brought him back. They only brought him back for Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire because they almost felt like they needed.
Well, in a sense, they kind of did because it kind of goes along with the original style of Ruby and Sapphire. So I can definitely see where they're coming from on that. Okay, so the other two Pokemon that were released, and this was at the very end of the video, was Zacian and Zamazenta, which was the Sword Wolf and Shield Wolf. Okay, I've got mixed feelings about this one. I love the designs, but they're too similar.
Yeah, I actually thought they were the same Pokemon.
I know Latios and Latios were kind of this way, which I can understand, but these two just look way too similar.
Yeah. I want to back up on something. I just looked it up. I am mistaken, Kalos.
Okay. Oh, okay, for the HMs? Okay.
Yeah, they were cut out of Sun and Moon, but they were in Gen 6.
So, okay, I'm not even joking when I say this. Just from the legendaries that were shown, and assuming that you're going to catch the one that's on the box, because some games it does it reverse, but those are normally like the version 2 of the game that does that. Where like if you had like this is just going out there. Let's say for example like you had Pokemon Silver and Gold. You know, Gold you catch Toho and Silver you catch Lugia. There were some games where in the reverse, it's like in Gold version you would catch Lugia, and Silver version you catch Ho-Oh. If they keep with you catch whatever Pokemon is on the box, I literally want to go for Shield version. I like Zamazeta's design the best. And, I mean, I know that's weird for me to say, because, you know, I'm a sword guy. I love swords. I love blades. But just Zamazeta's design, I feel is superior.
I don't know what to think of the two of them, honestly. When you saw the leg of, I think it was Zamazenta, appear in the video, for a hot minute, I actually thought Keldeo was going to be catchable.
Probably down the line somewhere, because you know there's going to be different ways to transfer Pokemon, which they've been revealing that kind of stuff, which honestly I should have thought of we should discuss, but I have no notes on that kind of crap, unfortunately.
I know a little bit about Pokemon Home.
Okay, we'll discuss that after getting through Sword and Shield. We'll tag that on at the end, because I know nothing about it.
I'm curious as to how they are going to be. What's the best way to put it? The story behind them.
You mean the story behind the legendaries, like why they're legendary?
Yeah, why does it look like the same Pokemon going Sword in one and Board in the other?
I feel like it's gonna be like their brother Pokemon, kind of like how Reshiram and Zekrom was.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a feeling that's probably going to be the case, because where they look so similar. See, there you go. Okay, you've got Zekrom and Reshiram, two Pokemon that are literally from the same being that separated, and they look different. Yeah. Why couldn't that have happened?
Right?
It's like, oh, Game Freak, come on, guys. Get your head in the game. To quote Aaron from Game Grumps, doing an impression of the angry video game. Come on, game designers, get with it. Okay, but that's the only Pokemon that they showed, and honestly, I'm a little disappointed that they did not show anything new on the starter Pokemon.
I'm a little upset about that too, but that might be something that they'll reveal closer to release date.
Because normally around this time, you would at least get the mid-evolutions.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even care about seeing the final evolutions till way later, closer to the release date, which also has been announced it's going to be in November.
Gotta get the holiday season money.
Yay! But no, normally around this time we also see the mid-evolution, so I was kind of disappointed that they didn't show that this time. I don't know, maybe they'll pull something out of their ass and do E3 in a few days.
Is Nintendo even going to E3?
Should be. There wasn't an announcement that they weren't. Literally, the only one of the big three that I heard that wasn't going to be was Sony, because Sony sucks ass.
Oh.
But anyway.
I'm not going there.
Hey, I'm just saying, when you don't show up at E3 and your past two directs, or whatever the crap you want to call them, were garbage, literally the only highlight that you had was the more information on Final Fantasy VII Remake, I think you've lost your touch.
Probably.
Okay, so going on to some other stuff that we saw in the Direct. The Wild Area. So this is a brand new area that looks open world almost. Because you can free cam. There were Pokemon walking around. They said that according to weather or phenomenons that are going on will determine what type of Pokemon show up in this area. So it's almost kind of like its own little safari zone.
Yeah. I mentioned this to you again. I get the feeling that we are not going to have random encounters. I think they're actually going to go the let's go and go route.
Yeah, I kind of thought that too, because it's like you saw these Pokemon walking around. Now, granted, in past Pokemon games, we've had Pokemon NPCs walking around on their own. But with the way that Go has gone, with the way that Pokemon Let's Go has gone, I kind of agree with you. I feel like random encounter might be a thing of the past, and you'll just happen to run into Pokemon that you happen to see in the wild. Though there was no confirmation of that, that's just kind of a hunch we have right now.
Yeah. Also, they did mention full camera control. So you're going to be able to look around to see if, like, something spawns behind you.
Welcome to Pokemon Breath of the Wild.
Or here we go, and you can use this if you want. Pokemonster Hunter.
Oh, get out. You're
the one that invited me.
Well, you're also one of the only friends that has Discord that's available at this time that I know also watch the Direct that would want to discuss this with me, so...
Yeah, there's that, too.
And I'm not saying that to be like, oh, well, it's him or nothing, so...
He really wanted to discuss this.
I really did, and one of the main reasons I brought you on, too, is, like, I like bouncing ideas off of other people and, like, getting a discussion going, so... That's one of the main reasons. It's like, I want to get theories and, like, ideas going for stuff that we haven't seen or stuff that we have seen, so... So I have this gut feeling that I don't know if Wild Area is going to be like the central hub of this new region, or if it's just going to be like on its own little thing. Because it would be kind of cool if, like, the Wild Area was the center of this region, and you literally had to travel around to the other towns through the Wild Area, kind of like Hyrule Field in Ocarina of Time.
Ooh, yeah. That's actually a good idea. I like that idea, actually.
Because almost every single Pokemon game is linear. There's no denying that. But I feel like this makes it feel less linear, I guess. I'm not sure how to describe that. That's the best thing I could come up with.
That's actually a good point there. It would be kind of it'd be kind of cool to just have this be like a central hub. But the thing then would be, if that's the central hub, how would, like, levels of the encounters work?
Yeah, well, Borderlands 2 did something similar to this. Speaking of levels and stuff, is that it would probably determine around the strongest Pokemon that you have, if that were the case. So say like your strongest Pokemon was level 20. Or maybe there's going to be certain areas that you can go to saying like, okay, this area you've got like low level Pokemon. This area over here in the wild area is going to have higher level Pokemon.
Okay.
So there could be the good chance of like, that's a good point. I don't know how they're going to do that, because if that were the case, then and it's an open world, you could technically go to an area that has like a really high level Pokemon with you risking the chance of really getting your ass kicked.
Yeah, but at the same time too, you could get really lucky.
True, but at that point, you wouldn't be able to control it, though, is the only problem.
Yeah, that is very true as well.
I mean,
But
yeah,
you
you could run the risk of if they do this. I don't know how in the world they're going to do this, but say for example, like there's a high level Pokemon in this certain area in the wild area, and you manage to catch it somehow magically. You've still got that risk of it not obeying your commands because you don't have the badges in order to use it properly.
Right, but could you imagine the like EP cred though of like having only 2 gym badges and managing to catch like a level 65 Drudagon somehow still?
It's just standing there and it's like, what's that thing do? It's like, mostly sleeps all day. Okay, so some of the other stuff that they discussed was I think they dropped the ball, in my opinion, on this. They already shown the Pokemon League champion.
Yeah.
I think they should have saved that. Leon. And I don't know. Along with the legendaries, I've kind of got mixed feelings about Leon, too. Because his design's pretty cool, but it's like, I don't know, it seems a little too gaudy.
I don't know what to say.
Well, okay, I'll give them this. Leon is at least better than what his brother's name is, who is your rival in the game. Hop.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if you're not allowed to change
that name at all.
if you're not allowed to change that damn name, I'm gonna rage. You know what? If his name is Hop and you can rename him, I'm gonna name him Slim Shady. For those that understand rap culture and understand Eminem's other nicknames he goes by, you'll understand that reference. Literally, probably only 2 people watching this. I'll explain that one to you later, Paul. But anyway,
Slim Shady is.
well, no, I meant the Hop reference, but I'll get to that after the stream. But anyway, so they also introduced what was it? The new professor's name? Professor Magnolia?
Magnolia.
So there's our tree for this generation.
And her granddaughter.
I think it was her daughter, Sonia, I think was her name.
Her name was Sonia, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't really go into great detail about these 2 characters, but then again, they never really focus a lot on the professors anyway. They're literally like here's your balls, here's your Pokedex, get your shit and get out.
Right. I can see Sonia becoming like the Bianca of this gen, almost.
I could see that. I could totally see that.
I can already see the people on DeviantArt going crazy with the quote-unquote fan art of Sonya.
Well, I'll be looking at that, so... I mean, what? I mean, for research purposes, of course.
Yeah, it's research, of course.
Good God. They also... Okay, so moving away from that train wreck that's about to happen. They also shown the first gym, which I'm not gonna lie, I think looks great. I've always been a fan of Pokemon Stadium, so to actually see like a stadium type arena,
yeah,
I love it. Like, this is okay. When I think of gym battles or I think of Pokemon League battles, in games, this is the type of arena that I think of. Just fans cheering on their favorite trainer. Like really getting into it. I'm like, yes, this is something that Pokemon has needed for a long time. Is this type of environment for battles?
Yeah, and the folks even said the battles are even broadcast on television. I kind of want to I kind of want to start screaming EC dub every time I'm in a gym.
Well, literally, if you think about it, this kind of goes back to the Pokemon anime back when Ash was first fighting the Elite Four. This was broadcasted. So, so why not do something like that for a Pokemon game? And Sword and Shield have finally done that, and I think it looks amazing.
Oh, I agree.
Now,
I can't.
I will say
excited.
I'm slightly disappointed. Well, I'm not really disappointed, honestly, because I knew eventually they were going to go back to this anyway, was the fact that, yes, now gym battles have literally come back from the different stuff from Sword and Shield now. Or not Sword and Shield, from Sun and Moon.
Well, we both knew it was going to happen.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the Totem Pokemon challenges were really cool, but I felt like they were a little too different.
Well, to be fair, they did. If you look, Nintendo leaked a map of Galar a while ago, and if I recall correctly, they only had 5 gyms.
That's a little concerning.
I could be mistaken, but I only counted 5 gyms. So it's possible if they still do the standard 8 whatevers.
Right.
It could be a combination of gym badge, gym fights, and trials or something.
Yeah, that could be a good point. So, like, maybe there's going to be something big that you have to do to kind of earn the right in order to get to battle. So that's an interesting theory.
I'm actually loading up the. I'm actually trying to see if I can find a map of Galar or information or something like that. But I recall only seeing like 5 gyms.
Yeah. So while you're doing that, they also introduced the first gym leader, which is going to be Milo, who is a grass type. This is actually the first time I think, because I've skipped a couple of generations of Pokemon playing the games. I think this is the first time that we've had a grass type gym leader be the first gym you fight against. No. Wait. I take that back. Because what was Gen 2?
Gym 2 in which game?
Either one.
Crap.
Because we're discussing the gym leaders. Hang on, let me look this up.
Right.
Now. Damn it. I thought I had all this research done, and it's like, nope.
Well, I'm pretty sure that he's the first grass type gym that you fight first.
Okay, it is, because the first gym in okay, I was thinking of Bugsy, but that's the second gym leader, and the first one was Faulkner, who's a flying type.
Yup.
Okay.
Now you kind of had a grass option in Black and White.
That one doesn't really count.
That's why I say kind of, because depending on who your starter was, determined which one of the 3 waiters you fought.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of starters, who are you going to pick for your starter, Kramer?
I don't know yet. I was going to go Scorbunny, but again, it really determines on who the what the final evolutions are for me. Plus, I'm getting both games, so
yeah, true. Oh, that actually reminds me of something. For the first time, I think this is the first time, Game Freak and Nintendo are actually going to be releasing a bundle pack that you can buy, which includes both Pokemon Sword and Shield. This is the first time I think they've done this.
Nope, this is not.
Okay, what's the first time?
I do believe the first time was Sun and Moon, because I remember getting...
Now I gotta go in GameStop to look this up.
Sun and Moon had a double pack. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon had a double pack, because if you got the... I don't remember Sun and Moon, but I know if you got the double pack for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, you were given two mystery gift codes to put in your games, and each code gave you 50 Pokeballs.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I'm looking at the Galar map. And
Okay,
again,
there it is. Yeah, there's the dual pack. Okay.
yeah, and again, I'm only seeing like 5 gyms, but there could be just like 5 big gyms and like 3 smaller ones.
Yeah, that's a possibility too. So, plus you can't if it's like a sketch, you can't really go off the sketch
Right.
because they have changed so much when they just show the sketch of the area and they're like, "Oh, we're going to do this now."
Yeah.
Screw what that piece of paper said. We're going our own direction. Screw your map, Dora.
We're going full potato.
God. Okay. So that's really all they discussed in the direct. So let's talk about some of the things that they didn't discuss. Like I said, they didn't show anything new on the starters, which kind of made me a little sad.
Did it make you want to sobble?
No, because fuck that little thing. No, I'm kidding. Sobble's design is extremely cute. It's probably one of the cuter starters I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Though it does not take the cake for cutest starter.
No, that's Bulbasaur.
See, I think it's Piplup, in my opinion. It's a damn little baby penguin.
Oh, it is a dang little baby penguin.
Even though my favorite starter of all time, and I've gone on record for this, will always be Trico. Nothing will ever change my mind on that. Okay, so going back to which starter you're wanting to pick, I'm actually going to go with Scorbunny. And there's 2 reasons why. Well, actually, there's really one, and it's kind of a weird reason. So, for those that are unfamiliar with this, every fire starter Pokemon has been following the Chinese zodiac since the first game.
Yep.
Because you've got Charmander as the dragon. You've got I don't know. I guess would that make Cyndaquil the rat?
Cyndaquil would have to be the mouse.
The mouse. Then you've got Torchic, which is the chicken.
Chimchar, which is the monkey.
Yeah. Then you got Chimchar. Then you got Tepig, which is your pig, your boar, so to speak. Shoot, what was Gen 6?
6 was Fennekin. 6 was Fennekin the fox.
Yeah, you got your fox. Then Gen 7. I'm having trouble remembering the newer Gen Pokemon. It's weird.
Gen 7 was I didn't start with Gen 7, or I didn't pick the fire starter in Gen 7. You had Primarina, Incineroar, Litten, the cat.
Oh yeah, Incineroar, the cat, the kitty. Yes. Okay, so you got the cat. So
others I've known.
Well, the main reason why is because originally I was going to pick Litten for that one, but I went with Owlet because Decidueye.
Yeah. Grass Coast Robin Hood.
Yeah, really. I'm like, okay, it's a bird Robin Hood. I'm going with this. And then Gen 8, we've got Scorbunny, who is the rabbit. Those a little bit of information about me. My Chinese zodiac is rabbit. So I've got to pick a rabbit.
I was born in the year of the chicken.
So you've already had yours.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you go over there with Blaziken, I'm gonna hang over here with whatever the crap this thing's gonna evolve into.
Right?
Okay, so there's also, and I've heard a lot of people talk about this, even back when the starters were first introduced, there is a lot of concern about Scorbunny being a firefighting.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, if that's the case, you know what? I'll take it. It looks like a firefighting, so... Which, honestly, it'd be kind of cool if it... Well, no, because we've already had that, too. Because we've already had Incineroar be a fire dark.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe a fire fairy type?
I could almost see him becoming fire ground.
Fire ground would be interesting. That would be kind of cool. But other than that, guys, that's about it for our discussion. Unless Kramer, if there's anything else you want to bring up for us to talk about? Because like literally, I'm not doing anything. So.
I was going to mention Pokemon Home since you.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so yeah, tell us about Pokemon Home and Pokemon Sleep, whatever the hell these things are.
Pokemon Sleep. I don't know the first thing about, but a diagram was put up by Nintendo when they did their little press conference last week. From what I've seen, it looks like Pokemon Home. From what I've seen and from what I've read, Pokemon Home is actually going to be a Switch app and a mobile app. From what I've gathered.
Okay.
Basically, it's going to be compatible with Bank. So, Gen 5, 6, and 7. It's going to be compatible with Let's Go. It's going to be compatible with Sword and Shield.
Now, the only thing that I'm actually kind of interested about is that people that don't have the original generations, like the past generations, like Black and White, X and Y, and that kind of stuff, because I actually got rid of my 3DS just because I really didn't play it much anymore. So I'm curious on how people are going to get a hold of these earlier generation. I mean, you've got Go, but Go's literally only up to Generation 4 right now.
Yeah, Go is up to Gen 4. Oh, here it is. Pokemon Home is set to launch in early 2020 for iOS, Android, and Switch.
Okay. So is that kind of going to be the new Bank?
That's what it looks like. Like you just said, I got rid of my 3DS also because I was barely using it. But I'm honestly considering at least getting a new 2DS XL and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon just to catch stuff and transfer it up. Because transferring stuff from Bank, Go, and Let's Go to Home is going to be a one-way thing.
Yeah, that's right, because I remember us discussing this whenever it was first announced, because the only thing that you can transfer from home or to and from home is going to be Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Yeah. On the upside, it means that I actually have some place to put my entire effing living decks in Let's Go Eevee now.
Yeah, congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate the help, too, because I was missing, like, 2 Pokemon.
What was it that I gave you? I forget what it was, because I had 2 that you needed.
Hitmonlee and Grimer.
That's right.
Because I had a Alolan Grimer, I didn't have a regular Grimer.
So, sad little fact, I actually still need to beat Pokemon Let's Go Eevee.
Well, you're a Giovanni, right?
I've already beaten Giovanni. I'm literally on my way to the league right now. I'm literally going through Victory Road right now.
Well, I mean, it's just like playing it in Gen 1 or 3, depending on when you started.
Yeah, true. Well, I started back... when I first started playing Pokemon, it was back literally when Red and Blue version came out. Like, I will never forget. This is going to sound really funny. I'll never forget. I had my Game Boy Pocket, not regular Game Boy. I had a green Game Boy Pocket. And Pokemon had, I don't know if it just came out or it was roughly around the time it came out. And Mom said I could get one of the versions, and I ended up getting red version because at the time I was like, oh, cool little dragon. And I didn't know anything about the battle mechanics or anything like that. I wasn't even really remotely familiar with RPGs at the time. So literally my little kid mind was like, oh, what looks the coolest?
Yeah, I remember I was 17 when Red and Blue came out.
I like how you muffled that age.
I'm old. Anyway,
yeah, I just got older today.
Yes, happy birthday again.
Thank you.
But everybody that I knew picked up Blue, so I picked up Red. because I knew that there were version exclusives because I didn't jump into this head first. I read up on it ahead of time.
I was kind of like one of those people or I was like one of those kids that saw it, thought it was cool. I'm like, I want to play this game. But go back to the story. Like, I'll never forget. I was playing the game. We were at a Texas steakhouse when I first started playing the game. Because we had a long day of shopping. Mom and Dad had to do errands and stuff, and Mom was like, "Okay, I'll get you Pokemon. That's fine." And so we were literally sitting at Texas Steakhouse, and I had my little Game Boy Pocket playing Pokemon Red for the first time, not knowing what the hell I was doing.
Yeah, I don't think anybody did.
No, the proudest moment I ever had with that game was, okay, so I picked Squirtle as my very first starter. Weird considering I picked up Red version, but at the time Red was one of my favorite colors. But I picked Squirtle, and I slowly as I played the game, I started learning about type advantages and disadvantages, and I got to Lieutenant Surge. And my God,
you got bodied.
Oh, well, and I kept on battling him over and over and over and over. And at this time that I was fighting Lieutenant Surge, I had my Blastoise.
Wow.
Like, because I literally grinded and was like, I'm going to make this the best Pokemon I can make it. And I couldn't beat him worth the life of me. So there was one night I was in the backseat of the car, driving home in the dark. And this was before handhelds had backlights, or you had to get one of those little extension things, lights that you plug in, and it barely lit the screen up.
Yeah.
I didn't even have that. I was literally in the dark, so I didn't know what moves I was using, so I kept on mashing A, and I didn't know what I was doing, and all of a sudden, in the Game Boy music, I just hear, da 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 da. I was like, are you kidding me?
How the heck did I do it?
Literally, and I don't know to this day.
I remember when I started, I was really confused as to why Charizard couldn't fly. Like, Charizard just could not learn fly.
And they fixed that in Pokemon Y, or Pokemon Yellow.
But I didn't know that because I didn't own Yellow at the time. So here I am playing Pokemon Stadium, and Charizard's using fly in the game, and I'm like, what the heck's going on?
It's like, how's he doing this? Yeah.
Anyway, back to the home thing. There's no other details other than what I just said. They didn't even mention if there's going to be an online subscription required if you need Nintendo Switch Online. But you are supposedly going to be able to trade Pokemon through home.
See, the way
so you don't even have to.
The way I look at it is that I feel like you need to have the way they should do it anyway. But we all know that a lot of gaming companies are money grubbing. You know, we're and I know not all of them are in it for the money, but they are still trying to make a profit as many ways as they can. But the way they should do it is they should require you to have a Nintendo Switch Online account, and that online account should give you access to using home.
Yeah.
Either that,
I think too.
Either that, or if they ask for a subscription fee for home, it needs to be really low, like $5 at the least.
I would
like $5. That would be the most I would pay for that.
$5 for a year, like Pokemon Bank.
Yeah, that's the most I would pay for that. If they decide to go that route.
Yeah, I would hope that it would be like a one or the other thing. Like, if you don't have a Switch Online account, it would be $5 a year for Pokemon Home. If you do have a Switch Online account, you don't have to pay anything.
Yeah, see, that's a really good idea. That way, people that have it online don't have to pay extra, and people that don't, that still want to transfer Pokemon, have a way to do it.
Mm-hmm. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, we've been going on for about roughly an hour, so we're probably going to go ahead and hop off here. Kramer, I greatly appreciate you coming on to this last-minute idea of a live stream.
Yeah, true story. He mentioned this idea while I was out getting coffee.
And you don't mess with DXKramer until he's had his coffee.
Yeah, because I will HMO1 someone.
Yeah. I still want that shirt that it has a Bulbasaur with a switchblade in its hand and it says, "I will HMO1 you."
Yeah, I want that too.
The other one that I want, it's got a pic. This is on sharkrobot.com, by the way, and we're not sponsored. This is just something that I thought of. It's got a Charmander doing the rock on symbol, and it says Charmander used Metal Claw.
I want that one. I want too because it just looks badass.
I want it because you know me, I like rock music, so. I mean, for God's sakes, I'm wearing a Stone Sour shirt, so. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it. I was going to say, by the time that this is ending, actually, the new episode of Game Bros is up. It's the final episode of Duck Game featuring Shy Guy 357, so make sure to check that out. We will be starting a new series tomorrow, and you guys are in for quite a treat, because it's a game that Ray and I have been wanting to do for the show for quite a few months, so you guys are in for an awesome series coming up.
Nice.
And Kramer's like, I don't know what it is. He didn't tell me.
He didn't.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this too.
Yeah, I'll tell you after the stream. I don't care.
Okay.
You gotta understand, DXKramer is kind of one of our honorary members. He actually does help me quite a bit behind the scenes. So Kramer's kind of like one of those honorary members that that helps me out quite a bit when I'm trying to brainstorm for stuff. He's just not quote unquote cast because he's not able to get down here. So
yeah, if I could drive,
yeah, no.
I would be there all the time. He would have to call the cops on me to get me to leave. No, he wouldn't have to do that.
I would just pull up my Glock and be like, "Get out, boy!"
Don't make me throw a cat at you.
It's like, what you doing here in these parts?
Now I have this image of me pulling up to his house and he's sitting on the porch in a rocking chair with a shotgun. You better keep driving.
No, there's got to be a banjo sitting next to it too. You just pull up and you're like, "Excuse me, sir, could you tell me the closest way to town?" And I pull out the shotgun. Yeah, it's back the way you came. Alrighty, guys. Well, that is going to do it for this live stream. Once again, I'd like to thank DXKramer for joining me on this. If you have any comments or anything or questions, make sure to leave them down below in the comments, even after this stream, on what we think of stuff. Also, just to do a little shameless plugging, make sure to go check out DXKramer's YouTube channel. He does live streams every Monday and Tuesday. He is actually finishing up Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep on Mondays and is going to be transferring to Borderlands 2 soon. And then on Tuesdays, he has what is called SWG, which is his own wrestling federation that he has created in WWE 2K19, where a select group of friends that he's gotten permission from do AI battles against each other, and he does the commentary. It's a blast. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, and definitely if you do watch that, please don't hesitate to talk in the chat because I will respond to messages, even if it's just me breaking from the silly comments people write.
Literally, me, if I'm in there, and especially if Ray's in there, like literally our goal is to break Paul at least once during the stream.
Yeah.
And then it ends up being multiple times most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that is going to do it. So this is Krow Murder 15.
And DXKramer.
Signing off. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Peace.